Hello, Sue.
Hello, Sean. Hi. Where'd you go? You talking to the neighbor?
Yeah.
Kirsten?
Hello.
Well, you look like you're in a
Hi.
nice green spot.
So yeah, I could give you the tour, but so I'm with my friend Kendall. We're up north. It's green, 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 and a pool up there, over there.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're outside. And I'm with my friend Kendall. Where are you guys? Why are you disappearing?
We're still
I can't
here.
see you. No, I can't see you.
I can see you.
Well, then I'm gonna turn off my camera now, aren't I? It is. They're on the bay in Florida. Am I ready to go?
Yeah, Karen and Linda stayed up too late watching softball, so they're not
Oh
joining.
my God, I'm so glad I didn't, because when I saw heartbreaking loss, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
ugh.
Yeah.
So now they're in the bronze medal game, hopefully, right?
Yeah.
Well, they're definitely in bronze. Yeah. So
Okay. Okay.
U.S. and Japan are going to go for the gold, and then Canada and Italy will go for the bronze.
So
Actually, gold and
I
silver.
guess the good news is, because Japan loves softball so much and they're so good at it, it wouldn't be in the games if they didn't love it. You know what I mean? It's a
Right.
choice.
Yeah.
So at least they loved softball enough to get the game in, right? That's my little thinking.
Yeah. And you know what? Canada did really well. They lost to the U.S. by 1 run. They lost to Japan by 1 run. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
like
No, it's
blowout
insane.
games. They were definitely
Insane.
competitive.
Extra innings.
Well, yeah, the
I need to get it.
Japanese game extra innings for sure, and then the U.S. It was just like a one. I mean,
I know it's ridiculous, but they're the best in the world. What are you gonna do? So, hey, I don't want ants on my thing. There's ants out here. We're in the outdoors. We're in the wild outdoors.
you'll get with the ants.
Yeah, yeah, the ants. Kirsten, Auntie Sue, Auntie Kirsten.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, Kirsten, I want you to meet my friend Kendall. She's here.
Hello.
Were we there?
How you doing? How are you?
So we're doing the class together. She is good.
That's so nice. Awesome.
I don't know if we'll be able to. I can hear the cues, so.
There's Anne. Good morning, Anne.
Hi. Hi, Annie.
Hi, Sue.
Hi. That's my friend Kendall somewhere there. That's my hair. That's Annie.
All
That's
right.
Annie. Okay, we're gonna get going, right?
I'm going to
Well, ladies and ladies, welcome to Sunday Koga. I'm your host today, Sean. La la la. To get started today, we're gonna come to the middle parts of our mat. We're gonna bring our feet out to the sides of the mat, and you're gonna run the sides of your feet along the sides of your mat, which means your big toes are gonna be slightly turned in, your heels are gonna be slightly turned out. And we're gonna bring straightness to the legs and to the upper body. We're gonna start finding the length through each of the vertebrae of the spine, and then we're gonna do the same with the neck. And let's pull our shoulders up towards the ears, and then let's rotate your palms to face forward, so your thumbs are aiming out towards the side. And then try to broaden across the chest. As you do so, pull your shoulder blades outwards and away from the body, and then bring your hands a little wider. And then let's continue to rotate the thumbs backwards. You should feel a nice activation along, excuse me, a little buggy here, along the back of your body. And then we're going to bring the hands up shoulder height, and then use your fingers to pull the arms away from the body. And then take a big inhale. And as you exhale, bring the hands to the sky. Palms are rotated in to face each other. Let's pull your butt back and let the body fold all the way down slowly. Slowly. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Now extend to a flat back as you inhale. And as you exhale, fold back down. And let's do that again. Extend as you inhale and exhale, fold. And this time as you extend, inhale, we're going to hold. And then we're going to walk our forearms up under our thighs. And then I'm going to ask you to pull your butt back. Oh, so you have a big weighting in the heel. Let's not topple backwards. Now make your chest proud, make your spine long, and draw the back of your head towards the sky. So last week I said, pull your back of your head up to the sky all the time.
Yeah.
I did, but I'm not going to say it this time. So we already know that. That's kind of a cue. Back of the head up. Now, let's take your right arm, reach it forward. Extend it out like you're going to shake somebody's hand. And pull your butt back just a little more and try to get a little more weighting into the heels. Create a little bit of a tug of war. The right hand pulling one direction, your butt pulling the other. I like how we use these semi-profane words, but this is our yoga class. We can pretty much say anything we want. All right, now let's bring that right forearm back onto the right thigh and do the same with the left side. Extend the left hand forward. Pull your butt back. Try to keep as much length in the legs. We're not really bending through the knees. We want a nice pull along those hamstrings of ours. Because we're extending one arm at a time, we're working kind of bilaterally across the body. Now, let's pull the forearm back, extend the right forearm out. Sorry, the right hand. And then let's rotate the palm to face the earth. And then sweep the arm backwards just to the level of the shoulder. Now, we know that our shoulder has a lot of mobility, so I want you to minimize any rotation of the arm through that and lift the shoulder towards the sky. And let the arm kind of follow along with the shoulders lift. And then return that right forearm onto the right thigh. Extend the left arm back out. Oops. Rotate the palm to face the earth. Sweep the arm back to the shoulder. Lift that left shoulder to the sky. And then return that left forearm onto the left thigh. Let's walk both hands down onto the mat. And either stepping your hands out and feet back, which I need to do because I'm in the middle of the mat. If you are so, please do the same. Now, in our push-up position, this is a plank pose, obviously. We're going to find extension of the back. We're going to make the chest proud. And we're going to try to push the chest towards the earth and keep the back of the head elevated. Let's not let that head fall off our body today. It's going to be an active use of those muscles of the back of the neck. And pull your hips up and back to down dog. You'll notice that a lot of times in our practice, these initial warming poses feel like a lot of work. And then later in class, they feel like hardly anything. And then a warming process is just getting that blood flow into the muscles so we can kind of work a little better. Now let's drop the knees down to the earth, pull the hips back, and extend the arms all the way out. It's like a child's pose, an extended child's pose. So let's walk the hands away from the body. Let's make the arms long so there's little or no bend in the elbow. We feel a nice lengthening through the armpits, into the upper back, and maybe even to the center part of our spine. And as we start to elevate this position, bring the hands back underneath the shoulders, so we're onto all fours. Let's let the head fall, and then pull from the center of the spine to elevate the middle part of our back, and let that head just kind of descend down towards the earth. And then let's proud chest this. So let's push the chest towards the earth and extend and roll your tailbone to the sky and pull up with the back of the head. And let's hollow out your belly. I want to feel that nice intrinsic system of stabilization as our core and our abdominals in particular are engaged in working. And then let the head fall around the back. Inhale, fill the lungs. Exhale, reverse. And then reverse. Fill the lungs with air. And then reverse again. And then come back to a neutral spine. elevate the knees up off the earth and then lower them down gently. Our elevation is just nominal, up and down, and then up and down. And holding in the down position, take the right arm, reach it forward, take the left leg, extend it back, create a tug of war, hand pulling one direction, and the heel pushing the opposite. Make it nice and long and engaged. Feel like glute on the left side, connect, fire up. So we feel that left side working. We extend with the right. Feel all the way through that belly area, up and into the shoulder, and then come back to all fours and switch sides. Oh. We always think of yoga as being peaceful and tug of war, war being not so peaceful. But I'm just using that to describe as more of an activation, right? Not that we're fighting with our body. Let's come back to all fours. Let the head drop one more time. Pull up with the center of the spine. Inhale, fill your lungs. Exhale, come back to a neutral spine. Let's walk your hands forward and step your right foot up and in between your hands. So your hands are framing that right foot. With that left knee back, slightly of the hips, like it extend your back and pull along the spine. Let's take your right hand and walk it inside the right foot. Now push the hips forward. If you can, try to push the knee forward of the toe box. Toe box is just your set of toes. And then pull your hips back, frame your foot, step the right foot back, step the left foot forward, push forward with the left hip and leg, extend to a flat back. Keep that neck lengthening. We're not letting the head fall off the body. Let's walk the left hand inside the left foot. Push your knee, left knee in this case, forward to the left toes. Feel a nice opening through the groin area. Keep that spine extending and lengthening. And then frame that foot, step the left foot back, plank pose. Gently lower towards the earth and then push back up. Pull up and back, down dog. Push-ups, knees are always optional. Now in our down dog position, I want you to set your intentions for the day. Kind of warmed our body, got an idea of what's there. And with that in mind, I'd like you kind of govern the experience for you today. Let's push high to the toes, drive the heels to the earth, and keep doing that for the rest of the class. Yes, I'm joking. All right, hold the heels down, drive them to the earth, come back to your plank pose. Now, let your knees hover just above the earth. Feel nice lengthening through the underside of the foot. Let's pull the hips back towards the heels. As far back as you can go. I'm going to open up and lengthen a lot of these muscles that orient around the hips, knees, and ankles. Come back to your push-up position. Pull up and back to down dog. So our knees are always optional, even when we're doing this particular movement. People think it's easy talking upside down. Sometimes it's challenging. Come back to push-up position. Hover the knees. Pull back the hips. Come back to plank pose. Pull up and back to down dog with the hips. High on the toes. Heels drive to the earth. We're going to get off our arms. I can feel muscle burning in my arms right now. That's a good thing. That's a sign that your body's changing. Plank pose. Knees hover or down. Hips pull all the way back. Come back to plank and drop down onto the knees and walk your hands back. Beautiful. Nice. Come up into a kneeling position. Let's widen out the knees and bring the feet closer together so the heels are touching in the back. Toes are still connected to the earth, they're tucked under. Let's make nice and long, and then let's lean forward. Just a slight lean, right? This is not like anything. So I want you to be mindful that we're not collapsing to the upper body. Proud in the chest, proud. Now take the hands, release them, open the palms to face forward, and then bring the hands forward up, shoulder height. Beautiful. Now, broaden across the chest, get wider, wider. Yeah, feel the muscles of the back kind of lengthening through the sides of the body and opening through the chest. Let's raise the arms a little higher, but eye level. And then bring hands over heart. And then push the hands to the sky as you push the palms together. Straighten the arms as best you can. Bring hands back over heart. Pull the elbows back to the body, open the palms to face the sky. Make sure you have a little bit of a lean forward, and then push the fingertips so that the baby fingers touch, and then the forearms, and extend forward and elevate the hands. Length through the arm is important here. I want you to find as much length, a little bend as possible through those elbows. Come back, pull through. Oh, bring hands over heart. Push the palms together, push the hands to the sky. Oh, and then come all the way back down. Elbows sweep back, palms open to face the sky. Push forward, baby fingers, forearms, palms extending away from the body, and then elevating up, and then hands over heart, palms push together, push the hands to the sky. And as you bring hands over heart, let's step the knees together, whoops, and then step the left foot forward. So now we're in a kind of lunge-like position, on one knee in the back, toes are tucked. Let's lean in and extend. So what we're extending is not anything but the upper back. I want you to try to make the chest proud. Extend the hands forward, palms are facing. Open the palms to face the sky, elevate the hands up. And then bring hands over heart, switch legs. As smoothly as possible, right? Now, extend, lean in. So now we have a proud chest. We've gotten wide and broad through the chest. Extend the hands out, palms face up. Elevate the arms. So that right side in the middle part, just over the hips, that muscle you feel working is your oblique. Say good morning to it. Bring the hands back over heart. And this time to transition out, we're going to step the back foot forward, come to a standing position, push your hands to the sky. Great job. Fold halfway forward and open the palms to face the earth. Extend the spine, through the spine. So the back is not in flexion. The upper back is extending. Feel those nice muscles that run parallel to the spine on each side of it, of course. Actively lengthening. Pull your hips back. Nice. I want you to give me as much weight into the heel as possible. And then give me as much straightness in your leg as possible. So that, if anything, it's just a micro bend. Feel a nice pull through the hamstrings. Now, keep everything from the hips down in the same spot it is. And then you pull the spine long, unhinge through the hips, and keep rising to the point where you're still able to look down at the ground. So we're not in a total standing position. Let's bring the hands out in front. And now, as we extend straight out from the shoulders, let's step the feet wide, wider than 3 feet if you can get it. So now we still have a nice length for the legs. I'd like you to try to pull your hands back, and you're going to feel that low back muscle is starting to work. That burning sensation is the sensation of muscle working. And when muscle works, guess what? It grows. It's developing. I want you to feel that sensation as you lift the hands to the sky. Kirsten looks back like, are you kidding me? Yes. Now, lower the hands shoulder height. Lower the fingers towards the earth. Slowly descend. Your hip hinging. You're going into flexion of the hips. And also bring flexion into the spine. Let the back round. It's okay. Let's hang out. We're going to gently transition out of this position, bring your forearms onto the thighs, bringing extension into the back and the neck. We're going to pull our butt back, and I want you to feel the weight back to the heels of the feet. Now, straighten through the legs as best you can. You can tell if the legs goes almost straight that you are able to actually lengthen those hamstrings, which is a good thing. Those muscles get shortened from lots of sedentary behavior. Sedentary means sitting, basically. Feel that nice pull through that or lengthening of those muscles as we work to extend the spine. We're offsetting some of the effective work by having the forearms on the thighs. You can wade into those forearms a little more if you need to. That burning is just a little too much to take for you today. Now, I'm going to bring it back to work. Let's bring your palms onto the thighs. Let's keep the legs straight and the hips pulling back, and then unhinge. So the whole upper body is really being pulled by the back of the head upwards. And let's keep the forward lean as we bring the hands, release them forward. Oh, start to feel that work happening again. Remember, break it anytime you need, and governing ourselves today. If we can now, take the thumbs and pull them to the sky. Keep the arms nice and long. When we bend for the elbows, we're kind of foregoing some of the use of the upper back muscles. I want you to keep nice and long through the arms. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, slowly fold down. Walk out to a plank. Keep the feet wide. Now, take the left hand, reach it to the right shoulder, and then switch. And then switch. Just kind of warming up our core muscles. We have this nice wide stance. We have a lot of stability. I'm going to try and keep hips and shoulders square. So keep alternating. And then everyone meet in that wide foot stance in a plank position. Pull your hips up and back to down dog. If you can, now let your heels drop to the earth. Try to pull up into the sky, your tailbone. And then come back to plank. Come up and onto your toes. Take the left foot, lift it off the earth. And then switch it for the right. And then switch for left. Again for the right. One more time each side. And as you walk your feet together, pull your hips up and back to down dog. Step your feet into touch so the big toes are now connected. Bring your knees together if you can. Drive your heels to the earth. Pull your coccyx bone or your tailbone high to the sky. And let's not crane with the neck. Try not to pull through with your head. I want you to try to find length through the neck as opposed to compression by trying to force this pose by pulling your forehead too close to the legs. I'm going to be pulling the sternum through the body, through the arms. Come back to your plank pose. Kneel it down. Hands walk out. I think this is called break time. A great bit of effort so far. Thank you for all of that. Does not mean it's yet over, but get a chance to kind of rejuvenate. Now come back up onto all fours. Let's take your right foot, step it up in between your hands. As we frame that right foot, let's walk the hands up and onto the thighs. Now, I like to have a little bit of width so that knees are approximately the width of the hips. If you could find that, that's awesome. Not there today, that's okay. Look at the camera. There's my beautiful face. Ta-da. Now, I'm going to just walk this through slowly. We're going to have our hands on the thighs, and I'm going to just gently push the hips forward ever so slightly. You'll notice that this is starting to form a release over that left hip. So I'm going to take my right foot, I'm going to walk it forward just a little more, and I'm going to lean in slightly, and I'm going to push my left hip forward a little more if I can. I do this simply because we want to avoid compressing the lower back if we find release with the hip flexors. So when we're more in a vertical position, hips, especially if we have any dysfunction, don't allow this release to be as effective as we can achieve by doing this simple modification. Continue to push the knee forward, find more opening, and then release this, switch back opposite side. Hands upon thigh, hips are pushing forward. Remember, we've leaned in a little bit, right? That little lean makes a big difference. Push forward more with the hips. Push the knee forward so that left knee is pushing forward. Keep that upper body leaning in. So a nice release over that right hip. Enjoy it. And then as we take it back, let's plant the heel of the left foot, step the right foot forward, come up to a standing position, reach the hands to the sky. So we've done that step forward once on each side in different types of poses, just so we're making sure we're all equal and balanced here. Let's open the palms to face forward. Now watch my elbows. I want you to pull high the fingers to the sky. There's some poetry for you. Remember that, right? Now, keep those fingers pulling high. Take your butt, pull it back. Be mindful not to bend through the knees to create the pull back. You're simply pulling back the hips, keeping those arms long, and then take your thumbs, rotate them down to face the earth. Pull back a little more. Let's lower the arms shoulder height. Beautiful. Let's hold on this. And then gently, again, I can move my arms more than I can move my torso. I'd like you to focus the torso rotation. So the separation of the hands has remained the same. I've just rotated through my trunk to move them out to the right. I'm going to do it 2 more times. Inhaling as I rotate, exhaling as I come back center. Inhale, exhale, opposite side. And inhale, exhale, hold, elevate. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Pull your butt back, weight to the heels. Keep the extension in the spine. Try to hip hinge a little deeper. And then let everything just kind of relax. As you inhale, extend to a flat back. As you exhale, lower the hips. So that's bending through the knees to get the hips lower to the earth. If you feel a pressurization greater in the toes or ball of your foot than in the heel, I'd like you to walk your hands back and try and get as much weight into your heels as possible. Beautiful. Now, keep the hips low. We're going to isometrically activate some of our external or lateral muscles, as are also known. And those are the ones that are for our hips. So to do that, I'd like you to try to push your heels away from the body. They're not moving, it's isometric. I want you to create that activation, extend the spine, and then stand tall, keeping that push realized all the way up. Beautiful. Exhale, pull the hips backwards. Use the fingers, pull the arms long. Use your breath to calm the movement as you exhale, fold. Knees are relatively straight. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Exhale, bend the knees, lower the hips. Pull your butt back, weight to the heels. Palms are going to walk onto the shin this time. As you inhale, extend to a flat back. As you exhale, lower your butt a little deeper if you can. is you push the palms and extend the spine. So you're pushing the palms into the shin and extending the spine. Let's grow the spine, proud chest. Now, keep the hips low and unhinge and let the upper body kind of drag the palms up to the kneecaps. And when you're there, let the palms release off the kneecaps, open the face forward, sweep the arms back. Now give me a little watch. If you're sweeping back gently, today I'd like you to pull back as far back as you can and expand through the chest as best you can. Let's bring the hands forward, up, take the bend out of the knee, pull your butt back, extend the arms and elevate them. And exhale, fold. Beautiful. Grab your breath. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend the knees. Palms to the shin. Push the palms to the shin, extend the spine. You'll notice your shoulder carriage is starting to elevate as that extension in the back happens. Keep the hips low. We're loading into those back muscles. Now, adding on to this, a little progression. Try to spiral the heels, try to push them away from the body. If you feel those side muscles of your ass kick on, that's exactly what should be happening. I want you to keep that active now. Keep the hips low, unhinge the upper body, palms to the kneecaps, palms release from the kneecaps, sweep back, arms sweep way back. Beautiful. Everything remains in place. This time the arms get to move solo, reach into the sky. Take the bend out of the knees, keep that butt pulling back. Take a big inhale, exhale, fold. Hang out. Great work. When you're ready, unhinge, come and stand tall. Sweep the arms to the sky. Bring the palms together, push the palms together. Let them descend over your heart. Let's step the feet in. Gonna bring them to touch. Big toe, ankle. I have bony ankles, so my ankles touch before my heels do, but it may be different for you. More importantly, I'd like you to take your thighs and make an effort to push them together. So that squeeze is going to create a medial muscle activation. Those are those inner thigh muscles. I'd like you to pull back. So you'll notice as I pull back, my knees aren't really changing much in terms of their position. They're relatively straight. What is changing is the angle in my hips, and I'm going to hollow out my belly. I'm going to feel that nice activation of my transverse abdominis. I hollow the belly. I want to find extension for the spine. So I'm not looking down at the earth through a flexed spine. I'm looking almost straight forward with an extended spine. Let's take the thighs and squeeze them together a little more if you can. Push the hands forward. Raise the hands to the sky. Make those arms long. And as you exhale, bring hands over heart. Now, again, trunk rotation. Push the thighs together, rotate to the right. Keep the heart and hands together. They're center and go left. So we're going to change this to be a rotation from side to side, as opposed to doing one side and then the other. Think of the spine extending and then rotating. So we're not flexing and rotating. We want extension and rotation. And come back center. How are you doing over there?
Good.
Stand tall. Push the palms together. Extend the hands to the sky. Exhale, release. Fold all the way forward. Step back to your plank pose. Give me a push-up. Pull up and back to down dog. what felt like a working pose now feels like a good resting pose. Come back to your plank. Now, take each forearm and gently lower it down onto the mat. So we're in a low plank position. I'm gonna ask for your attention for 1 second. Right now, as I'm in my low plank position, I have my knees on the earth to kind of support the weight to really demonstrate what I'm trying to achieve or ask you to achieve. You can see how I've pushed and elevated my shoulders. I like to try to sink the shoulders or sink the chest through the shoulders and keep that. That's kind of locating our shoulders in the spot where they should be to function more effectively with less stress through the joint. So pull the back of the head. Now I'm going to come up off my knees without pushing through the arms. I'm going to let my arms and shoulder carriage kind of be nestled in the spot most effective for it to work effectively. Let's gently lower the knees to the earth and take a little breather. Now, while we keep the knees down, try to pull the elbows so they're not going to slide anywhere. We're just going to activate. We're going to feel the muscles along the rib cage being a lot more active. You're going to feel the belly maybe even start to tremble. Much like burning is a sign of development of muscle, so is trembling. Now, push the elbows away from you. Take a little break. Pull the elbows back towards you. Take your knees up off the earth. Bang. Big activation. Shoulders to hips. Hold it for 3, 2, lower the knees, push the elbows away. Break time. I'm going to come back to this one more time. I'm going to progress this slightly. Activate the elbows, pull towards the hips. Take the knees up off the earth. Hollow out your belly. Hold 3, 2, lower the knees, pull the hips back, extend the arms all the way out. Child's pose. Oh, it's amazing how your body just breaks into one big sweat doing that. And that's because pretty much from head to toe, every muscle in your body is working. Big, big effort. Great job. Back up into all fours. Wipe off this big sloppy mess I call my face. I'm coming back into my kneeling position. I'm gonna step my right foot forward. Something sharp under my knee there. Now, left toes are tucked under. I'm going to take my upper body, I'm going to make it long, and I'm going to lean it in. So I got a little bit of weight bearing in that right leg. My left knee, I'm going to take it up off the earth. So I'm basically leaning out over my right leg. Relatively 90 degrees in bend of my knee, relatively long through the chest. It's proud. Just like I am with the Canadian ladies softball team, proud. Let's take the, I know that was pretty corny. Let's push the hands forward. Now separate all your fingers and thumbs. Pull along the arms with those fingers and thumbs. And then raise the arms to the sky. And then take the bend out of that front knee. Push the heel of that front into the ground. Front foot's right into the ground. Lean in a little more. Elevate the arms a little higher. Bring hands over hearts. Slowly lower that left knee back to the earth as you lean forward over the front. Big burn on the hamstring and gluteal. Switch feet. Lean in. Toes are tucked under on that right foot. Drive the right heel towards the earth as the right knee elevates. You're continuing to lean in. Take the right and left hand. Push them forward. Now, raise the arms. Fingers are spread widely and pulling the arms long. Take the bend out of that left knee. As we work to straighten that left leg, push the left heel into the earth. Take a big inhale. Exhale, hands over heart. Right knee slowly lowers to the earth. Switch it up. Try to walk without your hands. Try to use more core engagement as best you can anyways. Lean in, lift up the knee, keep leaning in, extend the arms out. Separate the fingers, pull the thumbs high to the sky. Hands, heart. Lower the knee in the back, switch the legs. No, we're just adding some progression here. Lean in, elevate. Extend. Lift. Hands, heart. Lower. Step back, switch. Now, putting one more move into this. So we're gonna come up. Lean in, extend the arms out. Take the bend out of the knee to start. Keep the shoulders the rotation point. Rotate right, come back center. Push to the heel of that front foot. Raise the arms to the sky. Inhale, hands, heart, exhale. Lower the knee, switch the legs. Last one on this series, elevate, lean in, extend out, bend out of the front knee, rotate left, come back center, raise the arms, hands, heart, exhale, knee to the earth, step it back onto both knees, fold forward onto all fours. Let the head fall, pull from the center of the spine, our cat position. Exhale to cow. And then come back to neutral spine. Great job. Have a seat. That's what we call in yoga a very smooth transition. Have a seat. All right. Let's walk your feet out to the inner mat. Yeah, cheers. I know Anne and Sue and Kendall and someone else I can't see who joined, but there's someone else there too. Should go take a look, shouldn't I? As I start to look at everybody. That's Mark Leary. Hey, Mark, how are you? We're gonna bring our heels about hip width apart. We're gonna keep a flexion. So that means that extension is when the toes point out. We're gonna flex the toes. It's dorsiflexion. And then we're gonna take our belly button, hollow it out, and then one vertebrae at a time, lower down your body. Nice. Now, we want a really obtuse angle in the knees. So they're not locked out or straight. You just walk in an inch or two. If you straighten your legs and you walk in an inch or two with the heels, perfect. Let's take your big toes and rotate them in so that they touch, and the kneecaps also. Let's hollow out your belly. And then without creating any physical movement of the heels, I'd like you to try to pull them in towards your hips. So those middle or medial or inner thigh muscles should be very active right now. You can kind of feel them working as you work to pull the heels towards your butt. And then let's relax that. And then let's hollow out the belly, keep the knees and toes touching, and then try to pull the heels towards your butt. As you hollow out the belly and keep all that we just discussed active, try to lift your hips up off the earth. It may be impossible to do, but I want you to create that activation as best you can. Try to elevate high and then relax everything. Let the legs extend out, let the feet open out. It's kind of their preference. Unfortunately, with sitting, external rotation of the legs is kind of our normal or common, feels good type of position. Not necessarily great for our body, but that's why we do these exercises. Okay, let's walk the heels in slightly. Obtuse angle in the knees. Hip width apart with the heels as the toes and knees rotating internally to touch. Let's pull the heels towards the butt. Hollow out the belly. Beautiful. And let's try to lift the hips up off the mat one more time. Oh, make it stop. Higher, higher, higher. Ooh, and then release. And let everything fall and open up. Let's roll your head from side to side. Because this is such a great exercise, we're going to do it one more time. And I really think you love this just as much as I do, based on all the feedback I'm hearing from the person beside me. Now, yeah. Now, obtuse angle in the knees, heels. I want you to push them into the mat this time as opposed to pull them. So you're going to change the activation just ever so slightly. Let's keep the thighs pushing together as we push the heels. And now hollow out the belly. And then finally, here's the kicker. Get that butt up off the mat if you can. Try. Give me as best effort as you can. Oh, oh, oh. Take a deep breath in. And as you release it, let everything relax. Pull your knees up and into your chest. You're welcome. Let's circle the knees.
Less than a minute.
All right, so I think we're going to finish up with one of two stretches, depending on how much flexibility you have in your hips. We're going to do a figure four if you have hip mobility issues. Figure four is simply we're going to start off by planting the left foot on the mat and then bringing your right foot onto the left thigh. So this is why it's called figure four. If you look down, it's kind of like a four shape, upside down, of course. You're going to pull your left thigh in towards the body. I like wrapping the hamstrings as opposed to grabbing upon the knee. Now, we can activate this stretch to find different muscles working or releasing in this case. If you can, I like to try to pull the left knee in towards the body, and that's going to feel an activation of muscle, which is your medial muscles or your inner thigh muscles. And then if you try to reverse that and extend the knee away from the body, you feel the outside muscles being more active. That's going to give those inner thigh muscles a little bit of a break. And let's see if you can pull that left knee in towards the body. And now we're actively engaging those external or outside muscles as we create length through them. This is called a PNF, proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation stretch.
Okay, other side.
Too technical. All right, and now let's release that down, switch up. So the other version of this, which was the second one I was going to do, but since I'm enjoying this so much, I'm not going to do, which is this pigeon pose. The good thing about pigeon pose is it's kind of a 2-for-1 stretch. You get the external rotation of the hip, that stretch itself, but also you get the length through the hip flexors. One leg's extended straight as one's kind of going through. All right. You lost me at hello. And then let's release this. Grab onto the back of both legs. Pull the knees up to the chest. Seat curve the spine. Rock and roll forward. Let's come up into a seated position as I gaze into the camera at your lovely faces. Let me thank you for your great participation today, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. Oh.
Well, I was so stiff from yesterday's class.
Hi, Mark.
Hey. There's Sue. Hey, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
See you again.
That's my friend Kendall. That's Anne. That's Mark.
Hi, Kendall.
We were outside. We're in Saint Sever.
Nice.
My
It is.
hometown. Oh gosh, it's been a long time since I've been there.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Just the right amount of humor.
I thought you were pretty funny.
Yeah.
I have my moments from time to time.
You made me laugh out loud.
Nice to see your face, Mark. It's been a long time.
It has been.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
You look good.
That's awesome. How's your wife?
She's getting there.
Oh, good,
Better.
good.
I'm glad to hear
That's
that.
nice.
Yeah. It was rough, but it's getting better.
Oh, I'm good.
Good.
That's so good.
So Canada
Elise?
softball. It's getting
How's it
higher
going?
and higher.
How's she doing?
They're going for
Bronze.
bronze medal against Italy.
They had two close games. They lost 1-0 to the US, and then they lost 2-1 to Japan. And those are the two teams, Japan and US, the two teams going to the gold and silver round, and Canada's going to the bronze round. So literally like by 2 runs, they're out of the gold medal contention.
But
It's very
now they
close.
have to beat Italy to get a medal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're gonna bring pasta to the game to distract the Italians. Yeah,
That was funny, Hetty.
I'm having a good day today. Normally my material sucks.
It does.
It does suck.
It does, but it's okay.
Yeah.
So I want to know if everybody could get their butt off the ground in that last exercise.
1 inch,
Yes.
just 1 inch.
Perfect.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. Good for you, ladies.
Yeah.
That's a really hard one.
Yeah.
It is. That's why we come to you.
That's why we come. No, thank you.
That's why we come to you. If it was easy, everyone could do it.
Yeah, Karen and Rick are in bed because they stayed up till 2 in the morning watching the game.
Oh, I'm kind of happy I wasn't there. I was asleep.
But they did the class yesterday, so that was good. And they're going to do it today a little bit later once they wake.
Okay.
That's
Cool.
great.
And I think your brother did it yesterday. Sue.
Yes, I saw Rick there too, and Linda.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rick and Linda.
So
They
they
were-
couldn't
you
go,
can hear
they
them
couldn't go to the
laughing. They
Olympics,
were
could
all
they?
moaning. Sorry, what, Mark?
They couldn't go to the Olympics, could they?
No.
No.
Oh, that's,
Shame.
So they
Oh,
went to
well.
Canada so that they could be sure to watch it. So they're in Canada right now. We couldn't watch it because it's not aired. That app doesn't work in the US.
I'm on CBC Gem.
It doesn't work in the US.
It does-
They have
yeah.
no license.
What
to
it did,
operate.
like the message we got is that we have our IP address is a US IP address, so they won't, the content's restricted.
Mine too, but I changed the location. I changed my location.
How do you change your
Yeah.
IP location?
She's in Canada though now.
Yeah,
That's why.
and
Yeah,
I changed the location, and I guess I get it from Halifax. I'm not sure, but I can only watch it on my phone. I can't stream it to the TV.
yeah, I tried the phone thing too. It didn't work.
Yeah.
I guess
So-
we're more south.
But anyways, it would have been a real nail biter. So I'm probably better off that I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I would not.
And this Italy game, I mean, I would be a nervous wreck. Oh, dear Lord. So I can't even-
When are they playing? Do you know, Susan?
I think
Uh,
it's one. I don't know.
1:30 in the morning tomorrow morning,
Okay.
I think.
It's a late, yeah. It's
But
a,
that's not the bronze medal game is 11 o'clock Monday night, our time. So
Yeah.
that I'm going to stay up for. And the US game against Japan is Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. Normally we'd have a class, but since we don't care if the US wins, oh, we do care. But at least you can watch it while you're doing yoga because it'll be on an American station.
Yeah.
It'll be on NBC or whatever. So the gold medal game against Japan, US. So
What-
to be fair,
what position,
be-
does-
what
Pardon me?
position?
what position does she play?
He's captain.
Captain
outfield.
and left field, left field.
Yeah, she's lead off batter and outfield, left field.
She's the leadoff hitter.
Is she?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a good athlete.
Is her
gets all her
boyfriend there
genes
or
from
he couldn't go
doing
either?
What?
pardon me?
Did her boyfriend go?
No,
No,
family. Yeah, there's very little, I mean, the people in the stands are either expatriates that are in Japan or Japanese people themselves and or coaching staff
and he's from high school.
No.
or any athletes that want to, watch, a particular venue at a particular venue. So it's pretty limited.
Well, I'm so happy that I actually know an Olympian.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm so happy I'm related to.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's our DNA, Kirsten. It's over there.
That's
Nice.
right. It's our
That's
DNA.
right. I had nothing to do with it.
So fun.
All right,
right.
kids, we're gonna go.
Have a
Enjoy
All
great
right.
day.
Kendall, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Have
Mark.
fun, guys.
Good to
Yeah,
see
thank
you.
you.
And
Love you all.
thank you for
Bye,
being here.
Annie.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye all. Have a
Bye.
great Sunday.